7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Politic and Hot, alongside my guy, Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Moyo Fit Chris Wilson will be joining us momentarily. We are still Steps, coming to you live on a beautiful Friday evening, courtesy of All At The Talk Sports Network. Mr. Joey Woods, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I am doing good. I always love when you're in the groove of doing the intro and you get to the all authentic talk because you're coming up on the last little breath that you have for that first intro and you get all authentic talk, and it's like real jumble, but you still get through it. So I got to give you props for that.
Look, I try to make sure I don't mispronounce it.
Yeah. Remember the first couple of shows we did on this?
Right. Like, look, it was start, now I'm starting, to become adjusted to saying it. So it's like, putting a little twist to it, knowing that it's coming up, joining on all of.
Why don't you just make it easy for yourself and just say AAT Sports Network?
I can't. if I do that, I might either mispronounce the abbreviation, mispronounce, and then promoting something else totally different that we might not know what ATA or whatever I might mispronounce. But I don't know. I'm just built saying All of the Talk Sports Network now.
There you go.
And its whole, so that way, get the word out. So shout out to our good old folks at All of the Talk Sports Network. Football season, 'tis the season. Go Birds!
Yes. Go Birds!
Definitely check out the All About the Birds podcast. I'm not sure exactly what day they're on, but definitely check out the Facebook platform, Twitter platforms, and find all your NFL Birds, Go Birds, Philadelphia Eagles content, coming up.
Facebook page is pretty impressive right now. I think they're up to 50K at this point. So
nice.
They just real quick plug for them. They just got in a partnership with Philly Sports Trips, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And they're some of the people from AAT are up in the Allentown area up there. Yeah. So the Philly Sports Trip is giving AAT a bus that will leave from Allentown area for the Washington game. So check that out if you're in that area, if you're looking to go see the Eagles bust the Commanders at that awful stadium they have up there in Washington.
Hey, where else will you get your turnbuckle talk or your sports talk? No other place than All Authentic Talk Sports Network.
You jinxed yourself there, bro. You jinxed yourself.
you brought it up. Now that it's a focal point now. Yeah. Think about it. So let's get our other compadre up here, Mr. Moyo Fit Chris Wilson. How you doing, sir?
What's good, y'all?
Chilling, man. You know what I mean? Long time no see.
Well,
I know you was out last week. But what I mean, getting the band back slowly for surely. Mr. Rich Michael's unable to join us this evening, so I did speak with him. He said he will be back next Friday, back into the mix. So, but gentlemen, of course, it's Friday night. We're here about that turnbuckle talk. Still to come, we're going to have to talk about this week's headlines, including Karrion Kross, who's no longer with the WWE, quote unquote, as well as out of nowhere news with one Naomi not being medically cleared to participate in her match versus Io during this episode on Raw this past Monday. So we dive into that a little bit more. But But we're going to have to, do a quick pivot for tonight's show because we do have a special guest joining us here this evening, and he is a pro wrestling journalist slash content creator. He works hand in hand with Combat Zone Wrestling, and we know we gotta have to have a conversation with this gentleman because some news broke this evening in regards to their Tournament of Death event that's going down in September in Delaware. We have none other than Mr. Frank Hargrave joining us still. Stats, Mr. Frank, brother Frank, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me here. Hello, all Authentic Talk Sports Network viewers, listeners. I am happy to be in front of you tonight and happy to be here with all of you gentlemen to talk about the great things we have going on at Combat Zone Wrestling.
Definitely. We definitely going to have a conversation about what's going on in the world of CZW. But first and foremost, here at Still Steps, whenever we have a first time guest appearing with us, we like to pick their brain as far as like their first time being exposed to professional wrestling. So for you, brother Frank, what was that first time you were exposed to professional wrestling?
Oh boy, we got to go in the way back machine for that one because I was a wee lad. I started off very, very young with professional wrestling. Like if I think about it, pre-Ultimate Warrior, right? I think like my first like favorite wrestler, maybe my earliest memory is getting like an autograph from like the Big Boss Man. And I'm up in Alaska. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska. And I don't even know what it was. I think it was a parking lot. I swear to God, it was a parking lot. And you waited in line and I got an autograph from Big Boss Man. And I know I'd been watching him on TV for a little bit. And he was like my favorite, even before I got like the odd. I always like kind of oddballs. I was an early Undertaker fan. Like as soon as the Undertaker showed up, I'm an Undertaker fan. I'm like, oh, this guy's an oddball, right? Actually, as he got more famous, I checked out. I'm moving on to something else, like, and that's kind of where I'm at today. Like I really like to be where it's developing. And so some people would criticize like AEW and be like, oh, this is like this is lesser than. And I'm like, oh, I like to watch guys figure it out. So when I went to my first Combat Zone Wrestling show, I'm like, wow, the passion here and the excitement, and any one of these guys is going to end up on TV. And the more I'm with Combat Zone Wrestling, the more I can tell 1 of 8 people you see on TV came out of Combat Zone Wrestling. Yeah. So I was right. These people I'm looking at right now, the people I'm working with, these are the next big things. Yeah. And I just like to be on that cutting edge. I like to be on the ground with them, helping them, producing content, getting their characters out there. It's so exciting. And I want everyone to come check out what we're doing. The YouTube channel is a great place. That's where I'm a little biased. A lot of stuff there I put there. It's pretty great stuff. We're having a lot of fun. Combat Zone Wrestling guys, we're having a lot of fun now. I know for a little bit there, COVID hit us hard, but we are coming back and we're having a great time. Please come check us out. I really got away from the question. Was that?
You touched on it briefly, and then kind of evolved it into the world of Combat Zone Wrestling. We're going to definitely dive into the world of Combat Zone Wrestling, but let me ask you, because normally we've had talent on our show that transition and becoming pro wrestlers. At any point, as you were coming up, was the idea ever to become a pro wrestler? If not, like, how were you able to grasp the world of media and then put it together as far as like being a fan of pro wrestling and then taking that launch to correlate the world of media and pro wrestling?
Thank you for bringing me back. I just shot forward right into the future. I'm just so excited about what we got going on now. But no, please let me share. So yeah, I'm a fan of wrestling, and that progresses to the point where wrestling was one of the few things that would actually come to Alaska. Not a lot of entertainment would come to Anchorage, Alaska. And so wrestling, the WWE ran a few shows there. And I was way too young to be there. God, my first wrestling show, I must have been like 8 or something. And like my mother literally, I mean, maybe not the best mom, I don't know, just sent me into the arena. just sent me just like, here's like, could only afford one ticket or something. I mean, great mom in that regard. You know, she took all of her money, put it in my ticket, and just couldn't afford herself. Just sent me. I don't know. Is that a great place for an 8-year-old? I don't know. But I'm in there, and it hits even harder at that point. And I don't know. At some point there, maybe it was the first show, maybe it was the second show, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a wrestler. Now, this is like 90s or something like that. You can't be a wrestler in Anchorage, Alaska. Now you can. Now they got their own federation. Now wrestling's everywhere. It seems like everybody and their cousin is trained to be a wrestler. And if you want to be a wrestler, you just throw a rock and there's a wrestling school and you go. But that's not how it was back then. So there was no easy path. And I tell you what, sometimes I would open up, like I remember opening up to a teacher and they were like, what do you want to do with your life, Frank? I seem like kind of a weird guy. You know, what are you going to do? It's like, I want to be a pro wrestler. He said, I need to crush your dreams right now and tell you that it can't happen. You're very small. And I just want to tell that teacher, I know they're not out there. I know they're not watching me, but I really wish they were, in your goddamn face. Can I say that?
Yeah, you good. No filter.
Thank you. Good. Because I really want them to know that I totally am in the world of professional wrestling now, and they were absolutely dead ass wrong. That was a very stupid thing to say to me at a young age. I should have absolutely pursued my dream, because I would have been such exciting stuff had I. I would have been on the cusp of the wrestling revolution had I just followed my dream. But I'm so happy I'm a part of it now.
And what's that teacher name? You happen to remember?
Can't remember her. No one remembers her.
No, because I just wanted to say on your behalf,
and that's,
you know, in the words of Christian.
It's a bitter person is what she is to crush the dreams of a child like that.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say on your behalf, like Christian Cage would say to that teacher, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. We can curse here?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank fucking God, guys. That's one of the reasons why I'm with Combat Zone Wrestling. I can't make it in straight journalism. I can't interview fucking, you know, big celebrities and shit. Like I'm not equipped for it. I'm so happy here on Combat Zone. And I always knew back when I was young, like, I'm not a big guy. I mean, I'm like 6 foot tall, but like, I'm not like, you know, muscular. And I knew I'd really have to work at it, but I always knew that there were other jobs. I always knew there was ref, commentator, interviewer, production, behind the scenes. Like, come on, lady.
Well, not to get away from this, but you said something earlier about CZW and all the talent that has come from there. One of the mainstays from when I was growing up, you know, in CZW was Joe Gacy, who this 2 weeks ago, MetLife Stadium, was able to regain the WWE Tag Team titles at SummerSlam. So that just goes to kind of echo what you said about the names that have come from that company.
100%. Yeah, I mean, look into it, guys. If you don't already know, 1 out of 8 people on TV came from CZW. If we didn't train them, they came through here. They spent a substantial amount of time here. Kind of think of it like a finishing school, CZW. Like if you want to go all the way up, have a stop here, and we're going to put the finishing touches on you before we send you up to a big product.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, my favorite CZW match of all time was Cage of Death. It was Swerve versus, I believe it was Ricky Shane Page and Joe Gacy.
There you go. And with a little surprise appearance by one Anthony Gangone as well.
Yes. When he threw Gacy off the side of the cage into like a absolutely insane contraption of like tables and glass. Where I thought yeah, that was the same night where I thought I witnessed MJF die before he even made it, you know, to like WWE or AEW. It was him versus Joey Janela, and they did a balcony dive off the table.
You know, we have unfinished business with MJF. If I ever get to talk to him, my question is going to be, do you want to come back and prove something and step into Cage of Death? Because you were supposed to go in there against Ricky Shane Page, and it never really happened. And I don't really know. You didn't really do the thing over here before you moved up. That
was one of my favorite feuds. You know, the building up to that, because you were always wondering, was MJF actually going to step foot in that cage, right?
Right?
Like you could see the trajectory of the superstar that was going to be MJF, and you were always in the back of your mind like, I don't know if he's going to actually go in the cage, you know? So,
That's
but
the
yeah,
interesting part about CZW. See, that's the part that I've come to love the most is that intersection between, the athlete, the pure athlete, athletic wrestler, the best of the best winner, and the deathmatch wrestler. And when they start kind of intersecting, all kinds of interesting stuff happens. Have you guys seen Aaron Ash recently?
Oh yeah,
yes.
that's a big
It's
boy.
getting real interesting, isn't it? I think people find it very compelling. Some people are very angry.
Oh, yes. Yes, for sure.
I'm me personally. I'm a little worried for Aaron. He seems to be cracking. It's interesting, right? Don't know where that goes. Don't where it's a little terrifying. It's a little scary. Um, I think I said to Aaron offline, CZW World Heavyweight Champion Aaron Ash. I said I wouldn't necessarily want to ever push anyone into the world of deathmatch wrestling. I wouldn't say, oh, you should really, really do it. That's a personal decision. That's a certain kind of lifestyle. You need a certain kind of, be wired a certain way to do that kind of stuff. But I said, Aaron, if you did decide to do that, you're gonna go to the top. Like you seem like someone that would just go to the top of that world. Like you have all the tools. You come from CZW. You have the lineage. You have the opportunity. He just walked away. He didn't say crap to me. So I don't know where that's going. But
Yeah, I mean,
it's very interesting.
We've seen it recently with someone like Bear Bronson, right?
Yes.
He was able to become a
Yes.
good wrestler, great wrestler. Then he transitioned into the world of deathmatch, and now he's arguably one of the biggest deathmatch wrestlers going right now, right? So
He's got so much heat on him, like so much positive energy coming off of that. It's so cool to see that.
yeah,
And that's my favorite. The deathmatch people, it's like you got a good wrestler who then does deathmatch. That's really
yeah,
great. And
yeah,
I think most everybody, we're talking about Tournament of Death. You look at the field of Tournament of Death, it's a lot of people who are really solid wrestlers who are also just happen to be deathmatch wrestlers.
yep. I think that's what makes the best deathmatch wrestler, right? Is they have that good wrestling background first, and
Yeah.
then they went into
It's not
the
just hitting people with things with
yeah,
no kind of, whatever, just craziness for the sake of craziness. That's not really, there's time and place. There's time and place. I like that stuff too. No, I don't want to badmouth anything. I like that. But Tournament
but
of Death, we're gonna see some. It's gonna be a real good night of wrestling that just happens to also be the most violent shit you ever seen in your life.
yeah. I mean, nothing for nothing. I love deathmatch wrestling. It's my wrestling of choice. There's
Mhm.
only so many tube shots you can see in one
Yeah.
show to where it becomes redundant, right? So when you have guys like Drake Younger who were a best of the best winner, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, Drake Younger, like these guys are good wrestlers first, right?
Oh my God,
Shlak,
Ricky
Whitney
Shane
Shane
Page. You're talking
Page,
about good wrestlers.
Dread, which I think his name is now just straight up Dread, which is
I don't. I don't think Nick Gage gets enough credit for how good of a wrestler he is. Just a pure wrestler.
yes. I
Very
mean,
good.
I think that came through a couple months ago when he fought Drew Gulak in a
Mm,
match where their hands were kind of tied because of the location, where it
yeah.
had to kind of have a little bit more technical wrestling than it was deathmatch, and they
And now it's
absolutely killed
era.
it. Yes, yes. These names.
And who do you guys see coming for entrant number 12?
Mm.
I'll be
And
honest.
I and I, and I just want to tease everybody out there. I can provide the answer, but I really want to know what each of you think. What you want, maybe what you think is possible. Maybe
So,
maybe maybe one of each. Like, what do you think? What do you think is possible? What do you think the most likely is? And then who would you really want?
so who I think is possible, just because we have Strange, and a lot
Okay.
of times when you have international guys, they usually are with somebody, so they're not traveling alone.
Okay.
Big F and Joe is a guy I think is
That's
a
a great pick,
possibility.
man. That's a really great pick, and he's done so well in tournaments of death before.
His match last year with Joel.
Yeah.
No, Danny
Mhm.
Darko, right? That's who they fought. I mean, last year's Tournament of Death. That match was absolutely insane. I remember I got some pictures from that match where they
Yeah.
smeared CZW in the side of the ambulance in blood, which was insane, absolutely insane. But who I would want, I wouldn't mind seeing June. You know,
Oh man, we
obviously
always want to see him.
absolute legend.
No,
So
oh yeah,
anytime you can see
absolutely.
him,
I think all 11 entrants want to see him as number 12 as well.
yes.
If we're
I mean,
being honest, yeah.
who doesn't? You know what I mean? He's
Who doesn't?
absolute legend. You know,
Who doesn't want to step in the ring with them? Oh, I think
Yeah.
all the deathmatch guys, that's many of their that's a bucket list item.
Yeah, but and I'm just gonna throw one more out there because it just popped in my head, and it's his last year, he's retiring, stuff like that. Maybe a Neil Diamond Cutter.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good pick.
But there's my 3 possibilities. I'm gonna pass it off over to Hawk.
Well, one name I had in mind, I 100% am certain that he's probably not going to be there because he works for an opposing promotion. So like I'm
Never
not.
say never in wrestling, man. Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, but I was thinking Tremont.
Who wouldn't think Tremont?
Mm.
And the amount of history. I mean, how many former Tournament of Death winners do we have in this Tournament of Death?
Right.
I mean, that's what I love about this Tournament of Death is it is stacked.
Yeah.
We've got nothing but champions in here.
Actually, both of my selections work work for the ops. I hate to say it, but what's the name? John Wayne Murdoch. Like he's another one.
Yeah, wow.
Like,
shout out to
we'll love
John Wayne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Friend of the show
love.
too.
Yeah.
Much love. I was actually just talking to Mickey Knuckles the other night, man, and that it's I do work for a channel called Grapplevision.
Okay.
Yeah, go check that out. There's some good stuff there.
Nice.
Man, like I said, I was going with him. I thought Tremont would be the number 12 guy because, like, he's just like you say to my legend. Somebody
man, that would blow the roof off, wouldn't it?
People would love to see that shit. But for somebody as a surprise entrance, I like to for this type of match. I want somebody totally left that you would never see.
I like where you're going with that.
Yeah, somebody you would never think you would see in this type of match. So like this is not going to happen, but I would love to see it because who he is, and you would never ever in 1,000 years expect this.
Joe Hendry.
No, I similar to that. Somebody they're gonna be like, really what? But I would love to see the Miz in this type of match.
yeah. No, I'm all for it.
What about a Rich Swann?
I'm all for
I would love
to
see
Rich Swann. Oh, Chris White wants to see that.
Yeah. So like this, so that would be cool because look what it did for what's his name's career, the Underground King over there when we went to.
I mean, but here's the thing with that though. Like I like it's absolutely fun, but Tournament of Death is really reserved for the tip top of deathmatch talent, and that's what it historically has been. And who really picks who goes into the Tournament of Death? I think the deathmatch community picks who goes into the Tournament of Death, right? Mostly, maybe there's some outliers in there, but I think I think my pick was already brought up. It would be Barrett Bronson, right? That'd be amazing. It's not. I wish I could announce that today.
Were any of us close?
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's going to see this coming, and that's what's great about it. This is really one of those out of left field. It's not the Miz, right? It's not Karrion Kross. I mean, these would be amazing things to happen. I'm always for it.
I don't know if the farm would be able to hold the amount of crowd that would come if it was Kross, right? Like
man, you say that, and I want to make it happen because I've heard that it's unlimited. We've had 1,000 people out there before.
Last year was a nice crowd.
Nice crowd. I think maybe that was verging towards the 500, towards the 800. I know. I'm hoping if we can't live stream, it's going to be up really soon after.
Now you,
Okay, all right,
now you
guys. All
got
right,
me.
I think
Now you
I
got
think
me wanting to play the game of Clue. Like, does this person that's participating in the tournament of death
I mean,
have
how long do you want to milk this
have
segment for? Because I can go all night, guys.
talent?
Oh wait, are you gonna tell us who it is?
I'm gonna tell you who it is. I'll tell you who it is.
Oh,
All
okay.
right,
Break
but
it
you
down.
guys got to react because,
Still
like,
Steph's exclusive.
I gotta tell you, this deathmatch wrestling has been a learning experience for me. Full disclosure, I was not immersed in the world before I took this role. So it's been a big learning experience. Now I've been doing the work. I go back. I've watched so much. I put together these videos called Chronicles. You'll see them on our channel. Did one for Mickey Knuckles. And when I do something like that, and I have many on, I originally was coming on here to tell you about all the ones I had on deck that were going to come out really, really soon. Now, subject to change in the wrestling world, right? But this is going to happen. Nick Gage, Ricky Shane Page, and a very special Chronicles for one Danny Havoc. Okay. And when I do those, I really immerse myself in the world of deathmatch wrestling. I learn a lot of stuff. But one name that didn't come up in any of that, and I'm afraid I don't know very much, but I do know that it might shock you. The number 12 entrant, number 12 for Tournament of Death, is Hoodfoot.
Whoa, okay.
Nice.
Please give me
Okay.
your unfiltered thoughts about Hoodfoot entering the Tournament of Death, guys. Let me know.
Hoodfoot is the OG triple OG of the deathmatch scene.
Yeah.
So that's a damn good pick.
Excellent.
Participant
That's-
to be in a tournament.
Yes, that's a very good pick. I can't believe I didn't think of him, to be honest. But the names that are in there currently, there is some fun matchups that can be had with him in that tournament. So yeah,
You are the first to hear it.
is
I mean, this
fun.
is breaking news. I don't even have a graphic, guys.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm already going
Spread the
bold
word. If
prediction.
you're in the audience, let everyone know number 12 is Hoodfoot.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
We'll make sure we get this clipped. Remember, Hawk, it was like the 26-minute mark. So
There you go, guys.
Got you.
Talking about
clip
what's
it
the
and post it.
Mr. Hargrave
what's
is
the bold
here to give
prediction?
to the deathmatch community. I love you guys. Like I said, I'm new, but I have had nothing but positivity from the deathmatch community. So I'm really happy to be out here. I love doing stuff like that. I pushed for it. I'm like, let me announce it. I know we don't have the graphic. Let me come out here. Let me tell you who it is at least. Let me tell you verbally because I know it's going to start up all the talk about which kind of matches you want to see.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the initial reaction is, wow, that sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you maybe know this yet or if this is something that has to still be discussed. 12 is going to be the entire field. So at this point, that is going to be like 6 2-ways to start the tournament, or how's that going to work?
Well, I don't know that information's still coming, and I can tell you it will be. I believe we're going to make some announcements about that stipulations, first round matchups. Now, one thing we haven't talked about, which I think is very interesting to speculate on. I don't know if you've heard about it. I know a friend of mine, Jimmy Controversy. He keeps yelling about it. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
That seems to be a
Tarp
popular name
of
here.
Death.
Yeah.
Tarp of Death.
What the hell is
I did
that?
see that. Yeah, details.
What the hell is that?
So, yeah, I mean, from what I'm gathering, right, it's a no ring death match.
Okay, it's a tarp on a
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah.
That's
Which
how it was described to me.
Seems like a lot of
information about this.
A lot of guys who were in that original gauntlet qualifying match who
The
kind of
proposed gauntlet
unfortunately.
qualifying match, I would assume some of those competitors are going to end up on the tarp.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So, I mean, we seem like we got 4 already, right? Nico,
Jimmy Controversy, who
Jess, and Declan.
is been trying to get a spot on Tournament of Death his whole life. I had a very interesting interview / car ride with Jimmy Controversy. I hung out with Jimmy Controversy for the entire day. You can see that on my YouTube channel, my own personal YouTube channel. That's where we ended up at X Brand Show. And I learned a lot about Jimmy. And the one thing I learned about Jimmy, which is very fascinating, is he doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to go to the WWE or AEW or TNA or anything like that. He doesn't want to be on TV. He wants to win Tournament of Death. Just to be on it. And then someday he wants to win it. And that is his only aspiration. And I found that very fascinating that wrestlers like that exist. And some people might look at it and go like, man, why would you why is that your aspiration? But I admire it. I said, wow, that is a goal. That is a thing to achieve. And once you've achieved that, you would feel a certain way. You would feel accomplished. It's the same for him as being signed to the WWE for many wrestlers is winning Tournament of Death. It means that you've risen to the highest level of your chosen style of wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if you look at the history and lineage of deathmatch wrestling,
Yeah.
Tournament of Death is kind of the WrestleMania of deathmatch wrestling.
That's what it is.
Like,
Yeah.
if we're being honest, like, like,
What is
there's
it?
been tournaments that have popped up throughout the years, countless tournaments now, but
Yeah.
Tournament of Death is kind of that one that, you hang your hat on. That's the one that even the non-deathmatch wrestlers want to try to get in
Yeah.
just to say they've done a Tournament of Death, right?
Well,
So,
here's their chance. Tarp of
Tarp.
Death. From what I understand, now I saw this on social media. I saw this from DJ Hyde, owner of CZW Wrestling. It's an open tryout kind of situation. He was saying anyone across the country, deathmatch wrestler, non-deathmatch wrestler, whatever it may be, you can submit your application, and you might end up on the tarp. And we were just listing them off: Jimmy Controversy, Nico, Jess Moss, and Declan Grant are on there as well. I like them.
yes,
I think
they
they're
are.
nice people. I don't know if they belong on a tarp of death,
Oh,
but
yes, they
they're
definitely
going.
do. They definitely do. I mean, I've seen a wild feud between those two at H2O a couple years ago. Them two can go in the deathmatch genre, so they'll
Uh,
fit in perfectly.
what do you think? What do you think? What happens if you win tarp of death? Do you guys have any ideas what might be at stake here? I don't know.
I'm
I
assuming you get a spot in the Tournament of Death, right?
I mean, that'd be cool.
like I would
yeah,
think
maybe you
it's
should
almost like you
suggest that to
advance.
DJ.
I'm telling you, I wish I could get more information. I don't like getting my information from Jimmy Controversy. It's very
No,
tarp of death. I said, what are you talking about? A tarp on a farm. Fuck, Jimmy.
shout out to Jess Moss though. She had
Oh, big shout
a
out to
crazy
Jess
crazy
Moss.
crazy fight with
One of my
Aaron
new
Ash.
favorite people. I love
Yeah,
talking to Jess. She's
yeah.
great.
Her and Aaron Ash, had a
Oh
crazy
shit.
ass battle at Let It Flow
Oh
was it
man.
last
Oh man.
Saturday?
Thank you for
Crazy
calling
event.
that out, guys. Check that out. That was a hell of a match.
Yeah, nah, that was insane, and shout out to the Shark because if it wasn't for Nick Gage, he wouldn't have have the record in CZW for the quickest win in
Oh
history.
man. Hey, shout out to Nick Gage for that punch on Brandon Watts. That is the single
Yeah,
greatest fucking thing I have seen in a long time. Oh my god. That's the sucker punch heard around the world. I have that clipped. I have a gif of it, and I just let it play for an hour, and I just laugh. It's great.
look that sucker punch led
Uh,
to a historical win
so
for
good.
the Shark.
Yeah, Shark's got a winning record. Shark actually has more singles wins than Brandon this year.
Wow.
Yeah, Brandon. What's up? What's
You
up?
want you want to know an interesting fact I heard today about Tournament of Death last year? Mickey versus JJ last year is the most watched match on IWTV history. I think it's
It
up to
is.
4 million views.
That is right, sir. That's a fun fact I like to throw out from time to time for sure. Yeah,
That's
it's a hell of a
insane.
match. Yeah.
That's insane because honestly, all things considered, in the big world of wrestling, deathmatch wrestling is a little piece of that puzzle. So for 4 million people to see that match
Yeah.
is kind of mind blowing, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and there's a reason why you've never seen anything like it before. Car gets flipped over. I'm guilty. I do a lot of editing on the channel. I'm guilty of spamming that shot where she's sitting in the car and the boot comes through the glass. Holy crap. You ever seen a shot like that in any of your
Yeah.
wrestling? It's the
Yeah.
craziest shit I ever seen.
There were so
Right.
many spots like that in that match, though. The spot
Yeah,
where they used the firecracker on the glass, that's a crazy spot. The
that's
weed
crazy.
whacker. There's just so many spots in that match that you can kind
And
of.
from what I hear, JJ is going above that this year.
Hmm.
The plan is to top that.
Really.
That's the idea.
So, for people who don't know JJ that much, he's currently at the Gathering of the Juggalos right now doing a stunt show. So, he is that type of person that will take it up to the next level, right? So, if someone like that, so they're taking it up to the next level, people better check that out. Cause
Yeah, don't miss that.
yeah.
Check that out. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be. All I know, he's going to try to top himself.
Oh yeah.
Let's jump into predictions, Hawk, for this tournament.
Oh, I already made my bold prediction.
What's your bold prediction?
Hoodfoot.
About to say.
Okay, all right, going all the way. Not only.
Listen, special number 12 announced, and it's announced here on the Still Steps exclusive. I'm going with Hoodfoot.
So, just because of the history of his history in CZW, never winning it, having a new gimmick with CZW recently in the Party Schlack, I'm going with this year is going to be Schlack's year to win Tournament of Death.
Schlack too nice right now.
But once that bell rings in Tournament of Death, I think
with you. I'm with you, Hakeem. Like, yeah, that was where I was going with that too. I'm like, yeah, he's doing this Party Schlack thing. Can you really take that to the final round of Tournament of Death, or is somebody going to shut you down?
Exactly.
You got a lot of tough guys in here. I don't know. Hey, I love Party Schlack as much as the next guy. It's great at the brewery. Everybody loves it. I think you need to get a little more serious for Tournament of Death. I don't know.
I got a feeling that maybe someone that does social media for CZW, cough Frank, will be conducting an interview with Schlack soon, where he leaves that moniker of Party Schlack to the side for the Tournament of Death, and we get Schlack.
I don't know. You know what? Check out the YouTube channel this Saturday. There is going to be a little Schlack. There's a little Schlack this Saturday.
Nah, just
a little. I don't want to tease you too much. It's just what
Schlack need to do for the Tournament of Death for his entrance rather than his traditional music. If he kept the gimmick going with Party Schlack, he got to come out to Eddie Murphy and Rick James party all the time. He got to come out to that. Keep it going.
I agree.
That might actually annoy fans even more.
I don't know, Hawks. Schlack is love. I don't think anything
I know. That's true. Yeah,
but that song is.
I'll tell you what, though. He has damaged my brain because I sing "Celebrate." I hate that song, and I sing it all the time now, and I can't stop. The only thing I can do is like throw curse words into it just to try to make it more bearable for myself. But it does not leave my head now.
Listen,
that's funny. You gotta pass the word to Schlack if you're watching.
Yeah, party all the time.
Party all the time.
I would replace it. I like that. I really like that suggestion.
Are you just saying that because you hate Celebrate that much, or do you actually like the suggestion?
I find Celebrate to be really obnoxious.
So
really bad. I mean, look, it's so damn good when he comes out to it that I love the song now. But
yeah. I mean, I think it's just like the way Schlack looks, right? Like this big jacked up guy with tattoos everywhere come out to Celebration. It's like
insane. And then the ultra violence starts and the music doesn't stop, and it's just nuts. Oh,
it's a party version of New Jack is pretty much what it is.
Yeah. I was about to say it's like New Jack.
Yeah. So Hawks got Hoodfoot. I think Chris, you echoed that.
Yeah, that'd be I would do that'd be amazing.
So Frank, obviously, we're gonna let you in on this. Who do you think?
Thank you.
Should win Tournament of Death?
Oh God, you've asked me such a loaded question. Do you even realize this?
Listen, let's put a disclaimer out there, right? This is Frank the fan speaking.
No, I know. Look, Frank the fan is conflicted.
Frank
Oh man, because quite candidly here, these people have become my friends. It doesn't take long. I love deathmatch wrestlers. They're some of the nicest people that I've ever met. I love normal wrestlers too, right? But there's something about deathmatch wrestlers. They are so giving. I mean, you can see what they do in the ring. There's something about them, and we bond. And so I've got a relationship with Nick Gage, got a relationship with Mickey Knuckles. I want to see him win. I want to see them both win. But if I'm going with like the true fan, one video I put together, I teased it earlier. I said I'm doing a Chronicles on Ricky Shane Page. I feel a certain way about it. He's back. He was away for a long time. And I think what I want to see most is Mickey Knuckles go back to back. I think
Oh, wait, I thought you were going Ricky Shane Page, and then you pulled out Mickey
well,
Knuckles.
no, I'm very conflicted. And then maybe I want Nick Gage to just go ahead and win it all because he's back too. Can I have a 3-way tie?
Come on, man.
Listen, I don't.
Win.
Where's the fear with that?
The wild thing is,
I can't pick a favorite. Have you seen deathmatch wrestlers? If I pick a favorite, it's gonna get out and they're gonna know, and then I have to answer to it.
I mean, that actually makes good shit for us because
nor am I telling Nick Gage I didn't pick him.
Respectfully, it actually make good shit for us because that means they listen to us. Like, wait, what Frank say on Still Steps?
All right, no, look. All right,
let me get that light too.
So, all right, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. I do have an extended interview with Mickey Knuckles coming out, not this weekend, but next weekend. And man, her story is so heartfelt and compelling, and what she has done for wrestling by being the first woman to win Tournament of Death. She wins me over with her desire to be a back-to-back champion, to do it twice. Very few people have done it twice, and I think even fewer have done it back-to-back. So it's hard not to root for Mickey Knuckles, even though there's such, I think Ricky Shane Page is fantastic. It's going to be very difficult to take him out of this tournament with how much passion he has for CZW right now and to make a name for himself again. And then, Nick Gage also has something to prove. It seems like everybody in this has something to prove. Drake Younger must have something to prove as well. And that's an idea, right? That guy with something to prove.
I would love to see.
I don't know, but my heart,
Just fantasy booking,
is with
Frank?
Mickey Knuckles.
Fantasy booking, what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't care where it happens in the tournament. But me and Hawk saw this match. Chris, I'm not sure if you were there at 2300 Arena earlier this year. In Philly, you can't really do death match. It was Drake Younger. It was Nick Gage. They had an absolute banger of a match. But it was hardcore, right? It wasn't death match.
Yeah.
I would love to see Drake and Nick in a death match at Tournament of Death. That would just be historic, right? You talk about historic matchups. That would be historic.
Yeah,
honestly,
absolutely.
Battleground need to finish that too, because that was like the cliffhanger from that one match with when Drake had the title. Wait, Drake is still a champion. He's still the underground champion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think a great thing about Tournament of Death is it's a cornucopia. You're going to have every match is like a dream match. And so whoever wins or whatnot, I'll tell you my personal plan. I'm there to talk to all the losers. I'm going to set a tent up because I burn in the sun. I'm very pale, I'm very frail. And I'm going to set a tent up. I'm going to stand in the tent and I'm just going to interview the ones that are coming out that have lost because they don't have anything else to do. They were not going to prepare for a match. And I'm just going to do like a therapy session and maybe get beat up. I don't know. But all that footage will be on YouTube the day after. So subscribe. I think I've been saying a few times here, subscribe to the CZW YouTube. There's a lot of interesting content on there, including interviews with everyone coming out of Tournament of Death. If they'll speak to me, except for Joe, fuck Joe Dredd. I'm not talking to his ass. Please do not send him to me. Or his lesbian friend, Stephen Jury. Please keep them the fuck away from me. I do not want to talk to him anymore. I guess now he's no longer a judge. Maybe is he pleasant now? Can I interview him without being spit on or fucking,
No, I think from what he put out, I feel like he's even more extreme now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He said he's not tied down to a gimmick anymore.
Can't he be more pleasant towards interviewers? Can that be part of his new gimmick or whatever the fuck he's doing?
He's not tied down to a gimmick now, he said, so he can be free.
Jesus Christ. Can he not be tied down to being a dick towards interviewers? Can that be part of it?
The way
for the fans who might not be familiar what you're talking about, can you explain what transpired with you and Joe, that there's this animosity?
No, I love Joe. He's the best guy I've ever met. Please. No, just every time I'm in a room with them, he throws something at me or spits at me or pushes me or they're always touching. I don't know, man. It's like, please, He's a very violent individual. He's something to prove. He has something on his shoulder. I mean, he's something to prove from last year.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. He feels that he's the rightful winner of Tournament of Death, and Mickey Knuckles ain't shit. And I mean, he's the only person on the planet that feels that way. But here he is. And whenever I talk to him, I've got to hear about it loudly in my face. Usually spitting. And yeah, I got to deal with that. So yeah, it's a thing with him. He smashed up my camera. We had to recover footage one time. That sucked. It cost me $1,000. I mean, I guess that's why. Well, but a great guy, great wrestler, amazing talent. Please, don't touch me again.
If he
That's
loses,
interesting thing, though.
it sounds like he might be on pace to destroy your tent that you might have.
Maybe I'm hoping that. I'm sorry, I have to change my pick. I hope that Judge Joe or Joe, sorry, not Judge Joe, Joe Dredd wins, and then doesn't fucking talk to me. That sounds great.
I mean, that is an interesting pick, though, right? Like the last 2 years coming up short.
Yeah.
This year,
have it, please, and then maybe he'll be more pleasant, and then we can actually have a nice interview. I just want to look. Let me make it clear. I don't want any heat with Joe. I just want to have a nice interview with him. If we can do that, that's fantastic. Thank you. Let's sit down. Let's talk. It's great.
We're talking with Frank
No
Hargrave
reason,
here.
throw shit at me.
We're talking with Frank Hargrave here on the Still Steps, talking about CZW's Tournament of Death going down Saturday, September 6th. At the Marklands Little Acres in Townsend, Delaware. Tickets on sale now at czwrestling.com. Again, that's czwrestling.com. Gonna kind of trip you up there. Like it almost looked like CZW Wrestling, actually czwrestling.com. So tickets on sale now. As far as like ticket availability, he said is there a lot? Because at one point I did see sold out.
There's no cap on that. I mean, I don't know. Eventually we'll start stacking people up on trucks. I don't know, how that works. We do. I think we have bleachers. We can bring out the bleachers. We'll make it happen. Don't worry. Nice, keep buying the tickets.
Nice.
You keep buying. We'll make more seats or spots or whatever you need. It's on a farm, man. There's unlimited space. I love chat right now. Chat says, I love this show. It's every stage of beard growth. I
did see that. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
That's a fire comment. Thank you for that.
a Twitch comment at that. Like
that is so true though. That is a good comment.
Crazy. Hey Frank, I wanted to ask you because I know you said you came up in Alaska.
It's true.
And so just want to kind of get an idea, like being introduced to the, to the ultra violence deathmatch scene. Like when did like the era of ECW actually hit you?
It never did.
Oh man,
that's the thing. You see, I would have been a fan, dude. If somebody would have shown me CZW back in the day, man, I would have been into this stuff. This one of my biggest regrets right now is that I didn't find it earlier, because every time I go back and start watching classic CZW, I'm like, dude, this is my jam. This is my shit. This is amazing.
Yeah,
I love all these fucking guys. This is crazy shit. But no, up in Alaska, we had WWF, right? And then I gravitated towards WCW.
Okay.
Because I liked it. It was like a more kind of realistic style, just a grittier. Like I said, I like to get closer to that cutting edge. Those guys coming up, they don't quite have it figured out yet. And WCW is a little rougher around the edges, and I like that. So I got into that. And I got in right before the Wars era. So I started watching WCW. And then the war started happening, and I flipped between the two. I flipped between like Nitro and Raw, was it? So I flipped between the two, mostly on the WCW side. So whenever I flip over to WWE or F or whatever the hell they were, just wasn't really getting what I wanted. I'd be over on WCW more and more.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just kind of, I don't know, convinced myself. Like I said, my spirit got broken. I had a teacher kind of tried to assassinate my spirit. And I turned towards music, and the more I turned towards music, the more I convinced myself that maybe wrestling ain't cool, man. I was stupid. Of course, wrestling's cool. I just wasn't finding the cool stuff. If I would have found the ECW, if I would have found CZW, I would have stuck with it. I just needed something more. I just wasn't get what I wanted. I was like, I know they were entering the Attitude Era, but I didn't want all the. I didn't want a lot of that. I wanted the ultra violence, is what I wanted. What I found out.
Right.
And so it was a hell of an awakening coming into CZW. And my first show was Cage of Death, of all damn things. I just jumped right into the deep, and I'm just like, I'm at Cage of Death. I mean, it could have been worse. I could have just started with Tournament of Death. I mean, that would be a hell of an experience. And I'm looking forward. This is going to be my first Tournament of Death. So I don't really even feel I know what ultraviolence is. I'm going to find out with this Tournament of Death, being there live, cowering in a tent, waiting to get spit on and assaulted by Joe Dredd. It's going to be a magical night.
Oh man, I don't know about getting spit on. It's gonna be magical.
He always spit. Like... He's less spittle.
Word to anyone that might be coming for the first time: reception is 0.
Yes, there ain't nothing out there, man, for miles. A big dirt road drive down, but it's worth it.
Yes.
Now, how many tournaments of death have you all been to?
I've actually been to none.
So I'm
coming to this one.
Yeah. That's actually a weekend. I might be out of town.
Let's talk about it. We'll get you in.
Yeah,
I'm definitely trying to come. I went last year. It was my first one in person. I've watched them every year before that, but this was my first in person one. Took like a train from Northeast Philly to get there and stuff, but
so you
made it happen.
Get public transportation to get you there.
I met someone in Delaware.
Okay.
And they drove me
there's
the
a
rest of the
network.
way.
Jump on Facebook, join the deathmatch group, find yourself a ride. Get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely one of the better experiences I've had at deathmatch
fans, right? I mean, the deathmatch fans, like you're saying, you're going to jump on a train and you're going to meet up with some deathmatch fans, and they're going to drive. They're such great people.
Yes.
Really, honestly, I'm not just saying that because I have to be out there doing post shows and stuff, and they might hurt me. But no, they're really nice guys.
Yeah, no, I definitely think
the family, the sense of family in the deathmatch community. I'm addicted to it because I don't have much of a family myself. So I'm really enjoying becoming part of the deathmatch family, and it's been nothing but welcoming. And that's one of the reasons why I came on this show, is I wanted to kind of say hi to the deathmatch community before I'm in front of them, and it's great.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with what you're saying there in terms of like that community. Even though what we're watching is such cutthroat and blood and violence, the fans and the way they interact with each other is such the opposite, right? It's like it's so hard to explain unless you've experienced it for a couple events, but it definitely is a different experience compared to what you're actually watching in the ring, right? It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to thank you for coming on. I would love to try to set something up closer, maybe the week before, something like that. Once we have the matches set in place.
Yeah, stipulations. Yeah, sure.
Go through the tournament.
You guys a big batch of stipulations, and we can talk about them.
Yeah, so that would be pretty cool to do. Love to set that up. So we'll talk either tomorrow sometime and set that up. But definitely want to kind of go through the tournament with you once we actually know the match lineup.
That sounds great. Yeah, guys, make sure you check out CZW on social media. We're active on all platforms right now. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and especially YouTube. I think a lot of people aren't really noticing how much interesting and unique content is hitting YouTube that you're not going to see happen with any other independent wrestling federation. We are putting everything out there, really going above and beyond, bringing you exclusive interviews and content, the likes you will not find at an independent level or even major leagues. This is stuff that would normally find its way onto shows, and maybe it will at some point. But right now it's for free on YouTube, so go check it out.
No, we appreciate it, Frank. Greatly appreciate you joining us here on the Still Steps. You come in as a friend, you leave out as a family. So if ever you want to come back on, of course, our doors are open, especially coming back in the next couple of weeks to talk about Tournament of Death and the matchup. So that definitely looking forward to you coming back, and we continue to talk that turnbuckle talk.
All right, awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome, appreciate it. That was brother Frank Hargrave here with the Still Steps Tournament of Death 22 going down Saturday, September 6th at the Marklands Little Acres over in Townsend, Delaware. Tickets are on sale now at czwrestling.com. Again, that is czwrestling.com. So, that's good to have them, talk about Combat Zone Wrestling, especially the history that the promotion has had, over the last decades. And
Yeah, it
good
was
to see
also
them still
cool.
moving.
It was also cool to, when I initially locked him in for the show, just going to be an interview about TOD, right? And then today he dropped it that he's going to announce entry 12. So it was cool to be able to have that, you know, dropped on our show was the entry number 12, which is people were just checking in. Entry number 12 was dropped a little while ago. Tournament Death, Hoodfoot, absolutely killing it this
Yeah,
past year. So that was pretty cool too.
definitely. We got breaking news too, that just dropped a few minutes ago as TNA Emergence just concluded, and we have and still TNA World Heavyweight Champion Trick Williams defeating Moose in the main event match. So the TNA belt stays on NXT.
But that's so. I guess we can. I mean, and this wasn't a topic that we were going to talk about, but it's something that I wanted to bring up to you guys, and maybe it can lead into a discussion real fast before we move on to
Let's
other
go for it.
things.
Honestly, tonight is kind of like a free for all type of night. Not like it's like the biggest headlines of
Yeah,
WWE. I mean, we could talk about Karrion Kross, which has been a hot conversation all
Yeah.
week, and I'm pretty sure our viewers have probably ingested that
yeah.
conversation all week. But
So
but
what I
no,
wanted
go ahead.
to talk about was I think it came out maybe Wednesday or Thursday that WWE was willing to help TNA find a TV deal if they were willing to move the Wednesday night to counter to
Got it.
AEW
Yeah.
Dynamite.
I saw
So
that.
that is very interesting for a couple of reasons. One being that this past Monday night on Netflix, they drew under 1 million views. They drew 908,000 views. AEW this past Wednesday drew, I believe, 700,000.
Hmm.
That's only on TBS.
Right.
When you take into account Max, AEW might have surpassed Monday Night Raw this week.
You also forget Fight TV.
Yeah. So we can talk all the shit we want that AEW is not a competitor and all this other stuff, but everything in the world that WWE is doing right now is saying the complete opposite.
I saw those numbers. I still don't know how they came up with those numbers. Like, not saying that they're wrong, right or wrong, but I need to understand the math.
Oh, I agree with you there.
That was, that was conducted to be able to figure out they did what they did, because a lot of people were commenting on like a post that I saw that was explaining the numbers, saying that and I'm about to say NXT Netflix don't do like the live viewing or something to that account, as far as like they don't take count for like certain viewership. So
Yeah.
they
Well, I know for a while they were equating 24-hour playbacks. And
right.
people were getting pissed off with that because it's like, how do you say live and 24-hour playbacks? That's not an actual ratings, right? But I
Right.
think in this day and age where you have AEW on TNT or TBS and Max, and then you have WWE on Netflix, and then other places in different parts of in the world, right? I don't think you can look at true ratings anymore, right? Like I don't think ratings should be a marker of who's winning this quote unquote war, right? Like that to me is stupid at this point.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of pisses me off that that's like a big war on like social media, as far as like the numbers, like who's doing what. Like a lot of fans being pro WWE or this
Yeah.
side that's pro AEW. Like, yo, listen, just be grateful that you have pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy it all. Like, why you
remember,
got it? You know?
remember how much like the post Nexus, right? Right before like the Shield and stuff. Remember how like shitty wrestling was?
Yeah,
Yes, it was
it was a
bad.
bad window.
It was bad. It
It
was
was
bad.
it was really shitty wrestling, and so now we have a spot where everything is thriving, right? Like everything is hitting on all cylinders. So why can't we just enjoy this boom in the business? You know, I would even argue there's too much good wrestling. Like there's no way to consume it all because there's just so much wrestling right now. But
Yeah.
but the report went on to say that the reason they're trying to get and TNA to counter AEW is because WWE is fearful that when AEW's contract is up with TBS and TNT, that they could get an even bigger deal, which would then make them a legit competitor.
Hmm.
Because look at the numbers, right? And I obviously WWE and UFC are on different stratospheres, right?
Right.
The models and stuff like that. But how does WWE get 5 years, 1 billion, and UFC gets 7 years, 7 billion? Like to me, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if the gap is $4 billion, right? Like, and Chris, you would be able to speak more to this also, but the gap in business between WWE and UFC, is it $4 billion?
No, not at all. It's not. It is weird that both companies are under the same umbrella of TKO. Not so much TKO, but what is Ari Emanuel's company? The big company that runs both. Because they own WWE, they own UFC.
Well, they
It's
call it TKO now. Whatever it was, it's kind of been
it's TKO, but it's like the that's the merger of the company. But it's
yeah,
like I forget the name Ari Emanuel's company. Like
yeah,
he's the number one guy.
yeah,
So like I found it weird that WWE's going to ESPN and now they're charging for the PLEs and putting them back on pay-per-view, and now they're taking UFC away from pay-per-views and put them to giving away big events for free
yeah,
on streaming. So I was like, that's kind of weird because that's pay-per-views is UFC sole bread and butter. Like
yeah,
they really live off pay-per-view sales. What's name? So like, especially when the days of when Conor McGregor was at his prime, John Jones, big star, Anderson Silva, Jordan St. Pierre, all those guys were bringing in like huge buys. So it's like, it's weird now that they got a $7 billion deal. And now they're like, yeah, we don't need pay-per-views no more.
yeah.
It's like,
But I don't know if the buys ever equated to $1 billion a year.
that it does. They don't. They're not. They
So
don't.
it's
They don't.
still, even with pay per view going, I think it's
It just
still good for business because $1
it's
billion still dwarfs
it's
that
good for
number.
it's good for business. I'm like, I wonder what the athletes does that mean they get more money, or does this
Well,
mean
he did come out this week and said that the bonuses will go up.
it better be? I got $1 billion. You're making $1.1
Yeah.
billion a year. I think you could give a little higher bonus to your guys who getting kicked in the face.
But even without pay increases, I think this is good for the UFC overall because CBS is obviously in more television than ESPN, right? So I
Yeah.
think your exposure increases, right? Which would then go back to the days where the UFC talent is being given sponsorships, but outside companies, right? Like just for a wild example, a UFC fighter on a Frosted Flake box, right? Like stuff like that is now more possible because you have CBS versus
all,
UFC.
and I know all that's is good, but like even though that's possible, because we've seen Anthony Pettis on the Wheaties box and all that stuff, but those guys were actually getting sponsorship deals. It's like
Yeah.
this, and they took that away from them,
Oh, I
and
hated that.
yeah, they took that. So it's like now it's like, are we going back to that where they're letting these guys have their sponsorship deals because they right now they're strictly with Venom and that's it,
Yeah.
and now they're not allowed to wear any other branding of any other sponsorships. So it's like if you get this now, you get $1.1 billion a year, and you're saying the incentive is we're giving more money bonuses. Like that shouldn't be it. I mean, these contracts should be bigger too. You got these guys that were getting only like 20 grand a fight, and it's like, okay, they should be getting at least 100 grand a fight just as a starter. Like they should be starting out at 100 grand. Don't matter if they're lower tier talent. Don't matter. UFC is the biggest, supposed to be best MMA company in the world. Okay, then that means even if these guys are lower tier, that means they are the best of the best to be in your company. So you should be paying them as such. But they give these guys next to nothing because you figure like, all right, they're getting 20 grand to fight. That's a lot of money. No, it's not. After they got to pay their managers, agents,
taxes,
all your taxes, all their coaches, all their coaches. Like this, people's like that. They just got one coach. They got a head coach, a striking coach, wrestling coach,
nutrition,
jiu-jitsu coach.
I don't think people realize that the toll people put on their bodies to get to that point, and the money they've put in to get to that point, like to cut weight.
Yeah, Demetrius Johnson is one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. He was still doing construction work when he first started MMA. He didn't fully commit until like his like even when he was in the UFC, he got to like when he was like fighting for a championship. He was still doing construction on the side because he says the contracts were shit. He said even as a champion, he said when he was getting paid, he don't think he was getting he was a champion, only getting like 200 grand a fight.
Was he Strike Force though, right? With that?
What's his name? Nah, what was that? I think he came off of WEC.
Oh, WEC, yeah.
WEC, yeah. And so I remember
that.
That's
the Spike.
That was the smaller guys.
It was the smaller guys. So
isn't that funny though? That what Hawk just said.
Yes,
the Spike days.
The Spike days.
Spike TV is now the Paramount Network.
Yeah.
So about 360 moment.
Yeah,
it's
that's
now
crazy.
back.
Shit,
it's crazy
on Spike TV.
Wait a minute. It was TNN, then Spike TV, then Paramount.
Because when WWE
used to never watch TNN.
Yeah, WWE
wasn't there a name in between Spike and Paramount? There was a different name for it.
It was TNN.
It was TNN.
No, it was TNN then Spike. I thought there was another name before it was Paramount.
Was it something America?
No, it was Spike then Paramount.
Okay. What did they say? Spike TV, the Guy Network or something?
Right.
Yeah, Spike. Yeah, it was TNN. But they would have the craziest award shows.
Spike TV. I would never turn it off my house. Like you had just UFC endless. Then you had remember the it was like the Japanese stunt show, WEX or something like that.
Yeah,
whatever it was.
To this day, just a sidebar real quick. We'll get back to wrestling talk, people. I promise. What's his name? I remember it was the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber, and Will Ferrell came out as Ron Burgundy.
I'm gonna grab a triple pass. I'll be right back, guys.
He's talking about because Spike TV always had these crazy award shows that made no sense. He was like, hey, what's going on, everybody? I just came over from Studio 15. I was hosting Spike TV's Your Mama's a Fat Bitch Awards. I was dying because that was Spike. Spike TV was the guy show. So it was always some crazy award show. And like I said, Spike TV was just honestly showing a bunch of UFC old fights over and over and over. That's all they pretty much showed.
Because even before it even went to Spike TV, like when it was CNN, and then when the announcement came out that WWE was moving to TNN, it was like, wait, what? Because TNN, it was the Nashville network. Nobody was watching.
Nobody watching TNN, and that's why I was so mad because the cable company I had at the time didn't have TNN. So I couldn't watch.
You was victim to the wave, wasn't you?
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. I had the Wade network way back in the day. People showing our age. You remember Wade
Cablevision?
Wade Cablevision, bro. They didn't have TNN. They didn't have TNN. I was so upset that I couldn't. Oh, there you go. I'm about to say, I know
really. Oh my god!
I was so upset I couldn't watch TNN. I was like, "What the hell
stop
is TNN?"
it! Yo. I'm about to put you back in the bunker.
I forgot how many months they were on that TNN network. I know I had to I was happy as hell when he went back to USA.
Yeah, it was a few years they was on there.
Oh,
But
what Raw?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, and that
But
was
Raw, no, because Raw was on TNN, and then it was with the network
they
when it
merged.
transferred to Spike,
Yeah, they transitioned into Spike when WWE made the move.
and they were with them.
Right.
yeah, it's West Ham. So I was pissed off about that. So I was happy
That's
as
the
hell.
Raw. This show my age. That's the Raw I remember. I
Yeah,
never knew Raw on USA.
Damn.
yeah, you young as
I knew
shit.
Raw on Spike TV. So when Raw went back to USA, it was all new to me because
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't know it. But getting back to now that we're talking about USA and stuff like that.
I do
What I
want
was
to bring something to the table too, as far as like with the contracts and the deals that they got
well,
going on.
that's what I'm talking about because I wanted to get
Yeah.
back to that. I feel like they dropped the ball, right? Because like, so for pay-per-views, you gotta have ESPN, right?
mm-hmm,
Then to watch Raw, you gotta have Netflix. To
mm-hmm.
watch SmackDown, you gotta have cable to watch USA. How did TKO drop the ball that bad that you have to have 3 different networks to watch every show? No, 4. If you want to watch NXT, you have to have what is it?
No,
CW. Well, that's right. That's regular
that's regular
TV.
TV. That's regular TV. It's on
Regular
UP. It's on
TV.
the CW.
CW.
It's on,
Okay. So
yeah.
you need Netflix, CW, USA, and ESPN in 2026 to watch wrestling on a regular.
You know what's
This
the common
But
denominator of that? Most people out here have that already.
have
but
all
my
that.
my point is that's for
So
1 billion. You were able to get a $7 billion deal for UFC for every single event
But
on
see,
one network.
and that's why I was going to say that the difference with that is because with UFC now, they technically won't have any type of no necessary loopholes as far as like having to have like specific programming. So you're now on the Paramount network, but Paramount is owned by have like these like sub networks that they could potentially put UFC programming on. Like let's say they decided to want to put it on CBS for a night.
Well,
Like
that's the contract says
yeah,
that's the goal. That's the goal. They
for as of now the contract until they see how they draw
yeah,
4 numbered events a year will be on CBS.
okay,
They right now they are scheduled for 13 a year. So 9 of them would be strictly on Paramount. The other 4 would be on Paramount and CBS. If they do good, they would get more the next year.
right.
Yeah.
And see, that's why WWE's is their value was less because theirs is only a domestic buyout.
Yeah.
Because they're
So you don't think the
They still
library is
watch
coming
it.
too?
The library is definitely going to.
well, it probably will at some point, but they
Yeah.
still got that under what was this? They still got it under NBC Universal. I mean,
The
Peacock.
Peacock,
Like,
Peacock right
I
now.
wouldn't
But
be shocked if that library went to Netflix.
it is. It's going to Netflix. When the Peacock deal is done, it's going to Netflix.
That's my point, right? Like, why do you need 3 different streams?
Because
like
okay, so
you couldn't see this forecoming before.
no, this was the thing with that. When they acquired WWE, his name it was a money grab. So the whole thing with initial investors and owners, if they spend a certain dollar amount to acquire a new business, what it is, their whole thing is about recouping their money back, or at least half of it as soon as possible. So
No, I
when
get that, but you don't
yeah,
think that they could recoup their money faster if they would have done everything on Netflix?
No, because at the time Netflix was probably not on the table because they were in a negotiation deal. So they probably was negotiating with 3 or 4 different companies at the time. So they probably wanted to stay with like USA or something like that. But then you actually like bigger companies and streaming services like that come out of nowhere. Like, hey, we'll give you. They'll see how big WWE's has gotten within the last year or two, and they'll come like, hey, we'll give your guys. They'll see what USA is offering. They'll be like, hey, USA is offering you $800 million. We'll offer you $1 billion right now if you sign within the next week.
But it's only here. That's my issue, Chris.
I know, and that's once again that's an international thing.
Yeah.
Where
Like
it must be,
internationally, you watch everything on Netflix.
yeah. So that's a rights deal thing. So over there, they probably can't get the rights deal they want to do the same thing they do over here domestically. So they're just like, all right, we'll just take that loss because we're getting a bigger dollar amount over here. So we'll just take that L. Because for some reason, even though there's big markets over there, they don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
They just like well, whatever. Like the UK fans, we love them, but whatever. We're not missing their money because we know majority of our money is coming over here. So that's just how they look at it. It's not a great way to look at it thing, but if they still see that billion in front of their number, we will take it.
See, the wild part all about it is that it's all about the money grab. Because even with the move to Netflix, like how the fuck you still got commercials?
Yeah.
Like I don't get it.
I think we had that conversation before. Like how much it's gonna be better with Netflix now. There's no commercials anymore.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's the same shit. Like
because they still want that money. They still want that money because they get paid. They get paid for those commercials. So they like y'all thought there wasn't gonna be no commercials.
see, the fan me was getting spoiled watching like the Netflix international feed and where like it didn't have any commercials. So it's like there's nonstop wrestling almost as if it's like watching a pay-per-view every Monday. But lately I haven't been seeing that particular feed, and now I haven't been suffering with the commercials. I'm like, oh my God, man, like hurry up and get back. Like how many minutes left? Oh, a minute and 20. Like shit. All right, come on, man. Like hurry up and get back. Like
y'all saving up. By the way, this is random, but y'all saving up for Vegas right now, right?
Listen, I need to start saving. I saw tickets about to go on sale in September.
Y'all saving up for Vegas now, right? There you go. If we save right now,
if I start saving for Vegas, I don't even need to go to Mania, to be honest.
Yeah, I just be in the mix with everything else.
There's enough going on.
You could go to all the smaller shows.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Are you saving for Vegas? Because the way you're talking,
no.
I ain't gonna bring it to the table, like, and it was like way random question, like.
I just want to see the energy.
if this 7-pick parlay hits tomorrow, I'm going.
About to say, if I say I didn't put my parlay in yet, but I ain't do my research. I always do my research, but it's been a busy week. I'm doing my research. Don't do that. After I do my research a little bit after our show, I'll put my picks in.
Well, real quick. I don't like to promote other networks or anything, but tomorrow night after UFC, I'll be doing a post show talking about the events.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to, like I said, this is not a great card, to be honest. It's not bad.
You're crazy.
It's not a great card. It's not.
It's a good card.
It's not a horrible card.
You got Aaron Pico making his UFC debut.
About to say, it's like I said at least 3 of the 5 fights need to be.
Jeff Neal is always an exciting fight.
Jeff Neal's he's so streaky. He's intermittent. Like this, like I can't Jeffrey. I'm a fan, but like he's up and down. Let's be real.
He has some of the best boxing in the entire UFC.
They got to do with his winning percentage. Just like he got great
fighters. I love watching him fight.
Edson Barbosa is probably the best kicking person I've ever seen in life, but he's intermittent as hell too. Like
he's nothing else. But Neal at least has some good takedown defense.
So I don't know what's going to happen. So that's
the main event is fire. Maybe one of the best main events.
Main event is fire.
The year.
This is a main event that I legit don't know who's going to win. It's like somebody is like for one side of me is like
Chimaev is getting exposed tomorrow.
I'm about to say I'm gonna hear like for sure Chimaev is going to win, but then I'm like, but what's his name? DDP got so much damn heart and he just don't quit. Whatever. Back to wrestling.
Wait,
we can finish this conversation because I don't think if DDP can get it out of the second round, he's winning easily.
He better deliver the diamond cutter.
Breaking news. Yeah. Breaking news. Karrion Kross signs with UFC. What?
Wait, that happened? Oh, I was about to say.
DDP is going to drag Chimaev to the deep end and make him gas out.
Yep, he's going to gas out. Like I said, if Chimaev does not win in the first round and a half, he's losing the fight. I get Chimaev a round and a half to try.
Especially now that this is a step up in weight.
Yeah, he's fighting middleweight, even though he just demolished Whitaker, was named, but like he has a round and a half because DDP.
Yeah, but he didn't have an easy time on the ground with Whitaker, and then going back to DDP's fight.
Hey, he destroyed Whitaker. That wasn't even like honestly, I was surprised how easy that was. That was an easy fight, like for him. I thought Whitaker was going to really give him trouble, and he really did. Like you look at the back, I look back at that fight to make sure I wasn't just being too hype about it, how he choked him out. But I was like, that was nothing for him.
I don't like to do. I don't know why.
That was a real dominating win for him. But DDP is different. He's strong as hell. He's awkward as hell. He's not a good striker at all. He's not. But he's just in your face nonstop. And I'm surprised his gas tank, man.
Wasn't he a kickboxing champion?
I believe so. But a
champion in kickboxing, not a good striker.
He's not a good striker. Every person that's for him said that he's an awkward. You see the way he sets his punches up. Maybe because he's so big too. Like what Muscular was. He don't really set up his shots, and the way for him to be a kickboxer, the way he strikes, he don't strike like a kickboxer. He kind of lunges in almost face first. Most kickboxers don't do that.
That's what makes him so successful. You can't bring in a training partner to mimic him.
Yeah, you can. That's one thing I say. I give him that. It's hard to mimic him, because he don't.
And I think because of the way he strikes and the way he strikes from so far and closes distance, I think it's going to be hard to take him down.
And that's the only thing now, if he tries to do that lunge forward stuff and close distance with Chimaev's going to get him down because Chimaev is strong as hell. And he's going to pick him up and he's going to get him on the ground. He can't just lunge forward because Chimaev's just going to shoot for a double leg and take him down. And that's all Chimaev does. I don't see how nobody gets that's what he does. He act like he's gonna fight you, then he just goes shoot for a double leg. He does it every single fight.
Listen, if DDP want to have a successful fight, he better stick to this yoga plan.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yo, really?
Dick.
What'd you say, Joey? Self high five.
He says in his yoga, he's like, the biggest thing is resistance. That's what I'm like. I did it and I'm like, I don't feel any fucking thing.
You better send him a survey feedback.
I seen a picture. I see a picture with him, Sting, and Lex Luger.
Yeah. Those are our guys, man. They getting old, yo.
Hey, guys, I say, yo, look at my man, Sting. Sting's one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers.
He could wait to retire.
Huh?
Have you ever guys did the yoga?
I never did the DDP yoga.
He has the diamond cutter in the yoga ritual.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You bring it up into the diamond and then let it out.
I said, do you let it go? I saw that. I was like, at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, oh, he's selling those wolf tickets. He's
got that snake oil. Everyone gets some.
I say, but everybody's did it with him. Like everybody, Chris Jericho, AJ Styles, a bunch of wrestlers did it, and they swear by it.
Yeah, but like here's the thing, right? I see all the success, but the success doesn't have also anything to do with changing your diet and just being active. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys who oh, I got off the couch first time in 10 years. I'm like, well, it also helps that you ate right and that you actually did some kind of exercise. That doesn't play a part. Like maybe yoga had something to do with it, but if regardless of the exercise you're doing, if you eat right and do exercise, you're going to lose weight. Yeah,
I give DDP credit though. He look for a guy his age. He looks great. He looks great.
How old is he?
DDP is
Yeah, I
up
mean,
there.
in the 60s, right?
He's like damn near. He's like 60, bro. Like low key, he started wrestling at a really late age. Like when he
He was old,
started
yeah.
wrestling, he was in his mid 30s.
He
DDP
gotta be
is
older than
69
60.
years old.
Yeah, I was saying he has to be older
That
than
is
60 then.
69 years old. He's older
Yep.
than Sting and Lex Luger, and he looks better than both of them. Be honest.
It's me, DDP.
He started wrestling like 35 or 38 years
I'll
old. He
never
started
forgive him for what he did to the King.
to the King.
Yeah. I'm trying to have a flashback what he did to the King.
Ready to Rumble?
Oh my
Oh
god.
Lord.
I instantly think about Jerry Lawler.
Jerry the
That's
King.
what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like, what do you do with Jerry
I'm like,
Lawler?
wait, I'm trying to have a flashback. Like, what did he do to the King?
I would never forgive Vince McMahon, the old pervert, for freaking making him into a stalker for the Undertaker's ex-wife.
Undertaker.
I was
Remember
like,
when they
what?
reached into the dark?
Yeah, I said,
Mhm.
I said, that man hates WCW so much. You take the most fan favorite guy,
Yeah.
and he's like, you know what I'm gonna do with you since everybody loves you? We're gonna make you a stalker. Like what?
Wasn't he like a bouncer and then he just kind of fell into it?
Yeah, he worked at a strip club as a
Yeah.
bouncer, and then he came out and wrestled. What WrestleMania was that? When he was driving the Cadillac for Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
That's a minute ago.
he was Honky Tonk Man's driver. It was his pink Cadillac that they used.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, he drove out Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine. That's probably like WrestleMania 3 or 4. It got to be up there.
Wait, the best is I mentioned the King. You know what popped up on my Facebook the other day and it was like
WrestleMania 6.
yeah, so you were close. It's
That's
I'll
cool.
never forget the WWE for putting us on a Raw, making me watch it. Remember when the Miz was champion and he had that feud with Jerry the King Lawler, and they fought each other for the title on Raw?
Mhm.
That's how bad wrestling was at that point. That's how bad wrestling was. Like
And the sad part is the King carried that feud.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's when the Miz, even though he was doing well, he wasn't where he wasn't peaking yet.
He
really
was
wasn't.
annoying over.
He was annoying over. Yeah, like
He was the
like
champion.
yeah, but he was getting force fed to us. Like he was like in a way, because that's what they had. Like no legit other guys for John Cena to feud with. It was like Randy Orton was. It was like that feud went on. Like you already fought him like 80 times already. For Edge 100 times already, but Edge was about to retire because of his neck. So it was like we got to get him to fight somebody else.
But if we look back at that, would you categorize that as a success?
Oh,
That was a good run. That was a good run.
I mean, for the Miz legacy, yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, like this.
He did a good job
of be where he's at now. Like,
no, I told you, Miz is one of my favorite, honestly, performers as far as just the character.
By the way, not to cut you off, he definitely hijacked Carmelo's victory tonight on SmackDown.
Well, that's what he's been doing the whole time. He's like this. So his contract.
Story of America.
His contract ends, I believe, at the end of this year.
But he look at that championship run. He did a good job of kind of bridging that gap of the year to get to Cena and The Rock, right? Like he did a good job of kind of being that middle ground where like the floodgates didn't just open, but the feud was still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. He didn't remember his WrestleMania match with John Cena because that's how concussed he was.
That was the best promo, though, right? That "You Can Hate Me Now" promo they did for that WrestleMania was the best intro promo they've done in years. Remember that?
No, I remember that. That was decent. That
Him
was like
sitting in front of all those screens and playing all those different videos.
Yeah, that was cool. That's like the guns when they came out to 50 Cent's Mini Men. That was a thorough ass entrance. That was a thorough ass entrance. I like. Oh, what happened with Jay White? I heard he's like hurt for an extended amount of time.
Don't know about Jay White, but now that you mentioned about extended amount of time, I think it's a good segue into what's going on with Naomi. Is she gonna have a little oos on the way?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, apparently, as of tonight, they
I've heard they talked
she's
about it on
well,
Stephanie Man's podcast.
well, as of tonight, apparently on Monday Night Raw, she's going to address the WWE universe in regards to the status of the women's division. So,
So she's pregnant.
well, I mean,
you don't know. That's an
there's
assumption.
still no confirmation
Yeah.
that she is, but
If we're being honest, though, right? Like that's the best possible outcome.
they said
Right? Like
they say WWE announces that Women's World Champion Naomi will be on Raw this upcoming Monday. How convenient she's coming back to Raw in Philly on Monday, just as her last visit in Philly was when she turned on Bianca and called her a bitch.
the
Mhm.
but the best possible outcome is pregnancy, right? Because like you would hate to see her get to the top of the mountain and have like a legit like broke something or something like that. At least with a pregnancy, it's still a good outcome in the long run. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it
That
sucks
shows.
that she'll have to drop the belt, but she's having a baby. You know what I mean? So it's still
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah.
So
She's
Allegedly.
allegedly. But I say yeah. But right now she is great.
that's what
But
I'm
also
hoping.
is great and it's also a shame because this is the hottest she's ever been as far as her WWE tenure. Like this, she's the top of her game right now. She's the most over she's ever been right now, and is well deserved. The character is working. Every time she's on that little motorized luggage thing, it cracks me up. It's a great thing to watch. Her character is buzzing, man. She's just doing it right. She's always been good in the ring. But now character wise, she just like I said one thing of having it, but then there's another thing of actually getting it. It's like this. Like some people got everything, but once they get that's when it's like they to the moon with it.
Yeah,
So
Why somebody got this crappy Photoshop? It's a picture of Naomi. You can still see her shoulders and all, and the strap of whatever she's wearing. But then the rest of the photo is the body of Mark Henry in the pink suit.
oh
When
geez,
it
like
when he's
she's saying retirement.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's fucked. Yeah, but you
like
know something? This run here is more than an entrance, right? Like before, I felt like fans got up because of the glow. Now fans are getting up for her, which to me
yeah.
is a breath of fresh air.
right,
Yeah, that's what I said. She's finally getting like who she is and the character she could be and being a little like even though she was always herself, but being herself in a more edgier way. Like this, because we all know people is not always this nice person. They can have rough sides to them, some rough edges, and could be
Well, I
pushed.
think she is like one of these nice people all around.
No, saying, but people got their side. Like you keep pushing them, they
Yeah,
got rough. Everybody got rough edges to them. Like even the nicest person in the world can get pushed to be a little meaner, angrier, darker. Like that's just how it is, and that's what this character is. Like she felt like she was pushed to where to this point, and is working. Like I said, it's the most over she's ever been. Like, I was always a big fan of Naomi. Always felt like she was underutilized. So like I said, it's sad to see if she has to leave for a while because she's right down the top of her game. But like I said, if the thing is she's pregnant, man, look, congratulations to her.
yeah, congrats.
She's bringing life into the world, man. So it was like another freaking Uso
Another ooze to
Fatu.
add to the family tree.
Like that family, man. That family's gonna have generation after generation after generation.
Did you see Zilla? He was on with Van Fleet, and
Yeah,
he says, "I'm gonna name a name, and you gotta tell me how they're related." And like he's sitting there trying to see like who's what. An
yeah,
interesting thing that came up during that, I was like, I didn't realize that. They said Jimmy. He said cousin, right?
yeah.
He goes Roman, and they were like uncle. I call him a cousin because of the age, but he's actually my uncle.
mm,
Oh shit.
I didn't know that.
that
So
makes
yeah.
sense.
Oh yeah, because he what's his name's brother?
Rosie.
He
Rose.
Rosie's brother, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that that was his uncle.
But they all came up about
The
that same
same.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean, that same era. Like
Yeah,
they
it's a respect thing.
yeah. Did did y'all see Matt Riddle's comments
about fighting
No.
Roman?
No, about on CM Punk.
No, I saw him say that Roman and him had beef because he said in an interview that Roman could beat him in the ring easily, but if it was a cage match,
If it was a real fight, he would beat him. Yeah, he would beat him up.
which isn't a lie.
It's not a lie at all. I say, like, I'm sorry, Roman. We salute you as the tribal chief and all that, but let's just be honest.
Let's just be honest. If Riddle stayed off the pot, he'd have been a UFC champion possibly.
Yeah, he was actually really, really damn good.
I remember I was at a UFC show, right? Real quick story to get off topic, but it was at a UFC show at the Wells Fargo Center or whatever it was called at that time. And he fought, right? He fought on like the pre-show. And then after he won, he got changed and came and sat in the box that I was sitting in and watched the main card in the club box.
Oh shit!
Oh wow, nice.
So this, I was like, even then, I was like, this dude's a little off. I was like, something's off with this dude.
Yeah. What do you say about
the best Stephen A. Smith voice? Put down the weed.
Stay off the weed.
He's like, no.
Yeah, right.
No, bro.
No, bro. It's from the earth.
There you go.
Nothing that feels this good should be that bad.
This is Matt Riddle on CM Punk, courtesy of TMZ's Inside the Ring. Hold on, wait. When did TMZ get a fucking wrestling show?
They've been on wrestling for a while. They got a thing.
No, they got an actual show Inside the Ring. When did that happen?
I don't know when that happened. I know they're doing this documentary on the red and yellow guy.
That's out.
It's out, right? Isn't that?
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
Put some respect on that name.
I'm about to say respect these.
About to say, yeah, once again, call him red and yellow guy for a reason.
Bro, anytime I think of him, all I can think of is when he wrote NWO on the side of the wall.
Oh god.
But they grabbed it right at the right time, so you're like, Hawk, what are you writing? What are you writing?
What are you doing, brother?
What are you doing, brother? Didn't you already get in trouble with that once?
Wrote in Kevin Nash. Whoa!
Yeah.
What the hell?
What you doing?
Crazy. But here's Matt Riddle on CM Punk, courtesy of TMZ's Inside the Ring.
Good friends on the roster that still say he's a bitch to work with.
Oh.
If he didn't generate the amount of money and attention that he does, he wouldn't be there. And kudos to him. Kudos to him. The guy packs an arena. He sells tickets. He sells merchandise. And when you're looking at WWE, especially with TKO, I don't think they care about anything else. They go, what do you want to get paid? You bring on this much value. Okay, good. And right now, hats off to him. He's killing it. He's wrestling. He's staying active. He's staying busy. And his fans seem to love it. So I have no ill will towards the man. I just don't think he's good at fighting. I think his better days of wrestling are way behind him. And that's not a knock. I'll tell you this. I'm not getting that much better or faster or stronger. And I can tell you he's definitely not either, especially with all the botches.
So real quick, he no ill will, but let me also drag him through the mud for the next 10 minutes. Like
I told you, that's the way they be like respectfully when they say about to talk some shit, or they say talk some shit, they be like respectfully.
I think that was the same interview where he brought up the Roman Reigns shit.
Probably. Like,
that's
he
possible.
just comes off as fucking bitter anymore. Like, bro, there was an accusation against you that they couldn't move forward with. Unfortunately, the damage was done. They let you go, and so be it. Like, move on. It's been like 4 years now, bro.
Right. Pop quiz. I'm just gonna do this because we just flying off the wall here, and I'm sure we're about to not be on much longer. Pop quiz for Hakeem. What was Monday Night Raw called before Monday Night Raw?
Prime time.
Oh my God! There you go.
Oh man. What was it? Bonus question. What was the Tuesday night show?
That I did not know.
Happy
oh my God. Tuesday night show? It was a Tuesday night show?
Tuesday Night Titans, brother.
Tuesday Night Titans. I remember it, but I never watched it. I think I had to go to bed. I think my mom was like, you ain't staying up Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, pop quiz me.
I just want to see. And Joey said he started watching Raw from the freaking TNN days. I'm like, damn. Then he was
No,
still
not CNN. Spike.
Spike. Yeah, Spike. I'm like, so you damn sure don't remember primetime wrestling.
Like what?
The only prime time I remember is millions of dollars.
You'll remember Superstars, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they brought it back. Remember a couple years ago?
You know what? Now that you say that, Joey may have never saw WWF on Fox 29 or Channel 57.
No, he has not.
Because that used to be Wrestling Challenge or Superstars.
Wrestling Challenge and Superstars.
But then they brought Superstars back to the USA Network for a little minute. It was like an hour show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So the wrestling I can vividly remember, right? Like, obviously I watched the Monday Night Wars and stuff like that, but I don't remember that like that, right? Like I watched it, but I was too little to remember it. Wrestling I can remember was Raw was on Spike, SmackDown was on UPN 57.
Okay.
Okay.
That was with the fist.
Because when SmackDown first came out, it was on Thursday nights, then it went to Friday.
Wasn't it Tuesday? Wasn't it Wednesday or something at one point too?
I think it was they used to do Tuesdays, and then they switched it to Thursday. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it went to. Did it ever go to Friday then? I think when they went to Thursdays, that's when they started doing it. They started doing Tuesday tapings because they used to do Raw Monday, and then do the SmackDown tapings on Tuesday, so that way the talent could have the rest of the week off, but then would then have to do the house shows for the weekend. House shows used to be strictly weekends, unless there's a paper.
That's a pretty sick schedule, right? Like you work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you're off Thursday,
Wednesday, Thursday.
And then Friday you travel.
Possibly Friday too, depending on which talent you are.
Right.
Because the bigger name talent's probably not working Friday nights, but they definitely working Saturday.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, what's the name? But then when they started getting popular, then it was like damn near every day those guys were working.
Yeah.
Popular.
Listen, you never know a good time from Saturdays when it used to be wrestling, and then following wrestling used to be Soul Train.
Yeah.
So you could be in the living room wrestling with your brothers and then pop locking, an hour later during the Soul Train line.
You like this. It was like this. Oh shit, is that new DMX?
Right. Well, no, I was about to say DMX was much later.
About to say no, during the Soul Train probably be some L Cool J.
No, right. I was gonna say
I'm going back to Cali.
You could be watching pro wrestling, then an hour later be singing "Poison" by Belle Biv DeVoe.
It's driving me out of my
yes.
While I'm doing my Saturday morning chores.
Exactly. You better clean that bathroom.
All right, your wrestling went off.
Yeah. Man, I can go outside. Nope. You better go clean that room.
Nope. Vacuum that living room and dining room, boy.
Yeah. No, that was a good time. Really,
it was
really
a good time. That was much simpler when people was actually sane.
Well, yeah, that's when we had less technology too. So
Well, it's funny. It's talking about simpler times. It's funny that we had Frank's on. He said he's from Anchorage, Alaska. I wanted to say so bad. Nothing's been happening there today, right? Nothing crazy's been going on up there today, right?
Oh gosh, no, we're not even going to steer into that conversation.
I didn't even hear what he said. Yeah.
He said no about being in Alaska.
Nothing historical happened there today. We didn't welcome a war. No, I'm just gonna stop.
No, let's not even entertain that. But
wrestling,
but no, that's why I was curious to just kind of pick his brain as far as being a wrestling fan. Like, when was that first time being exposed to ECW and stuff? Because like TV for ECW, like you almost kind of had to find it.
It was
So
very
I-
vague. It was
Yeah,
very vague.
so I was
Yeah.
wondering, I was curious to know like when did he even discover like ECW, and if that might have, you know, help, you know what I mean, help him get into like the death match where, you know, where he's at now.
Over
Like,
here was channel 48, was it?
well, it was 48. Prior to that, it was Sports Channel. It's crazy. Like, originally it was Sports Channel, and then it went to 48. And then remember they had that little moment where they was off of 48 and they moved to channel 61.
61.
Yeah, you remember that? It was like WPN, something like that.
That's
WPN
when you tell Paul Heyman
channel
was
61.
Yeah, Paul Heyman was fishing at that point. He was like, we need some type of TV deal, don't matter where it's from.
Right.
It always came on late, but I thought only thing I hated about ECW, you talking about if you hated commercials, you did not want to watch ECW, because I swear it was only on for an hour and it was only showed 2 matches.
Yeah.
It only showed 2 matches in that hour. It was like it was a crap load of commercials and them plugging their stuff.
Right.
Like if you wanted, like there's some type of merch or the VHS of Heat Wave 97 and like you just had to like, that's all they did. They like, you never actually saw a match. You saw like 2 matches. Maybe.
Technically, it was like 2 matches between two or 3.
That's what I'm saying. It was like 2 matches every time. It was like I used to be then like, all right, come on, a match, because the matches was lit. It was crazy. It was entertaining. Like they were cursing all crazy. I was like this. I'm like this. So WWE definitely bit crazy off of ECW. It was like insane how much for that Attitude Era. So much came from the mind of Paul Heyman.
WCW ate off of it too.
Oh yeah, without question.
Like they was one of the first to like kind of like you know, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
What, your phone about to die?
No, I'm gonna jump off though because I gotta work this Eagles game tomorrow. I gotta be in.
It's at 1 o'clock.
I gotta be in at 9.
So it's 12 o'clock. Boo. Whatever. Get off.
It's an hour
and 45 minutes.
Boo.
Hawk was down here for three hours if he could, to be honest.
Boo. Go ahead, jump off.
Hold on real quick, Joey.
You want me to remove you?
Who's your picks for tomorrow? I'm wondering. I know you got DDP,
Pico,
and
Neil.
Okay, top 3. For some reason on the ESPN app, they got Marab on there. I'm like, why is Marab on? He's not fighting tomorrow.
Wait, what?
On the ESPN sports betting app, they got like the top fighters to pick. They had 3 fights. They had Drickus, they had Pico, and they had Marab.
Was he a fill-in in case someone didn't make weight?
Nah, he's a champion. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing on there? Marab, yeah, he was on there. Yeah, I was like, he's not fighting tomorrow. What are you doing on there?
I don't know. All right, but I'm gonna hop off.
Boo.
All right, Keem.
What are you hopping off too?
Do your sign, dude. It's like he said, it's an hour 48 minutes. We just rambling now. Like this.
We didn't even talk about Karrion Kross.
We don't need to.
We can. Like, we are here. We gotta give the people what they want.
We don't need to.
Relax, Will Ferrell.
Talk right now.
The numbers increase as we've been talking. So, like, y'all really want to cut off now?
Dude, like this, keeps the people going. Got keep them engaged. Like, what are they gonna talk about next week? Like this. First of all, right, I'll talk real quick on it. I don't think it's a work. Y'all think this is a work?
I don't even want to talk about it no more now.
You think it's a work?
It's a work.
Really?
It's a work. It's 100% a work.
But all right,
I don't think it's a work.
All right, so this is my thing. I'm gonna let you go, Joey.
The only way it's not a work is I actually saw that House of Glory in October, maybe.
Yeah,
he just dropped a pro. They didn't announce him.
He's going to be on there.
It says they didn't say it yet. Let's stop speculating.
I'm not speculating. He's gonna be on there.
It says a killer is on the loose.
Killer Kross. We know that.
Well, it didn't say him. It just said a killer's on the loose. So again.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. All right, so I'm gonna say this. I don't see the benefit of it being a work.
You're talking
Because,
about him.
no. Afterwards, of course, it's talk right
The
now.
shock factor. What do you mean?
There's no shot back because it's like they did it with R-Truth.
Y'all watched the Ariel interview, right?
Yeah, that was trending. That's the benefit of doing this.
That's
You do this for 3 weeks. And you're like, where's he going to show up? And then boom, he shows up at War Games.
Yes, the now works. But what is the benefit when he comes back? What are you going to do with him? Do you shoot him to the main event?
Well,
no.
That's the thing, right? That's the question for WWE always is, why aren't you doing something with these talents? But the thing is the benefit is when he comes back, you are able to shoot him to the main event with no problems because he's been trending these past 3 weeks.
You're not going to shoot him to the main event. He doesn't. He's a buzzworthy topic right now, and he is. I'm glad he's getting a shine, but to me, his personality sells more than his actual matches. In ring, I'm not drawn to his matches. I'm not. Like, I watch him and I say, I get the character, I get his personality.
I guess that's a good thing it's WWE then, right? Because you don't need to be great in ring.
Which is true, but even his in ring stuff, I'm still will be interested in the LA Knight match.
Whoa! I love LA Knight, but I was literally about to say before you spoke up, he's a better in-ring wrestler than LA Knight.
Yeah, he's all right. No, he's not. He's all right. If LA Knight's okay, Karrion Kross is just above okay. Like, he's not that great of in-ring wrestler. He's not. Seriously.
No, I'm not saying he's great, but I think he's better than LA Knight.
Like, he's all right for what he does. For like this, for a bigger guy, he's okay, but he's not putting on no. Like, I don't know when the last time he had he probably give you a good 3-star match. If we're gonna do a star rating system, he'll give you a decent 3-star match, but he can give you no more than that. The other person is gonna be doing all the heavy lifting to make it a 5-star. He's not that good. Like, he's
fair enough, but this interview
he's serviceable. He's serviceable. I'm not saying he's not. Like, it's not like I'm sucking my teeth when he's coming down to the ring, but like, he's okay. He is. He's just okay. The character what sells more than anything, but it's like when he comes back, like, do we immediately think he's the guy that to go against Cody or Seth or anything? Y'all believe in that, right? Like,
honestly, for me, and this might be wild, like, I like all the outside of the ring stuff he's doing, like the vignettes, the interviews that he's doing. I told you
personality. I buy into that.
I think he really got a good shot of being like a good media, personality person.
Yes,
like I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in the ring, because for what he does, as far as like how he brings out his personality, behind the scenes and stuff, it can play out in the ring. Like, that's the best thing he got going for him. Like, it can happen. Now
it can play out in the ring, but I'm like, I just want to know how it's going to play out in the ring, because he doesn't translate that into the ring. He doesn't. Like, it's okay. Like I told you, it's okay, it's serviceable, but it really don't, for his character he plays in the ring on camera. For us, that's not what he does
right
outside of that. So it's like, either he's going to have to switch up who he is, like still play what he's doing right now, like differently, to where he adds a little bit more of his outside personality into what we see in WWE. He has to, for that to like get him over a little bit more, to where we're more intrigued by him, because when he's in WWE, he's not that guy he is behind the scenes. And to me, it doesn't translate the same. So now we're trying to figure out, like I said, is like, to me right now, he's a mid-card guy. He's not like, he can be a top mid-card guy, but right now he's still a mid-card. He's not a top guy. Like I say, if he re-signs with WWE, he might. Like, there's no way I'm seeing him in a main event scene with Cody Rhodes. I don't think nobody's buying that.
Yeah, like he has the ability.
I'm not getting into this conversation again on what's a top guy versus what's not and stuff. I feel like we've had this conversation 47,000 times on what's a top guy versus what's a main event guy, and I'm not ready to go in this chasing our own tail again because in my
That's it.
eyes, a
That's a
top
very
guy
entertaining
is some.
conversation. We talk about. We're supposed to have that conversation over and over.
But I
That's
feel
what
like we had
wrestling
that
is.
conversation like once a week. Like in my eyes, I
Feels
don't
like every 2
care.
weeks.
I don't care if you can run the ropes good. That does not make you a top guy in my eyes. In the business of professional wrestling, where it's a business first, if you're moving merch, you're drawing views when you're on TV, your social media is trending, and the fans are responding to you, you are a top guy. Whether you're putting on 5-star matches or not is pointless in terms of being a top guy in the WWE.
When have I ever said being the best wrestler is a top guy?
Oh no, I'm just saying, like in terms of Cross, like you're saying how he's not a good wrestler. I don't think that would deter him from being a top guy. Like you're
I,
saying, he's
I,
not the funnest in the world.
I say, sir, but see, were you listening to me while I was talking to Hakeem? I said his outside personality is way more appealing than what I see on camera in WWE. So even with his in-ring stuff, I'm just talking about him as a wrestler, yeah, being serviceable, but I'm talking about even just as his character is not a top guy character right now. Is not. So if he added more of his outside personality to where we actually see in WWE, to me that would get him more over. But he don't play who he is on
But
Ariel
I think
Helwani.
since Mania, the person that we're seeing like outside of media is kind of who he's been in WWE. The little bit that we've seen.
A little bit, but it's still different to where it still has that a little bit of that borderline Killer Cross, original Karrion Kross character. He needs to fully be who he is outside of the ring.
But I think
the WWE part of it.
But see, I think that's where he has that problems because a lot of the powers that be won't allow him to let that correlate into the everyday WWE universe.
And I agree with that.
He had to pre-plan that on his own in order to get that shock value, which has shot him to the moon. But now it's that, and from what I got from this interview, first thing, and for sure, because apparently, hold on, sorry, I got notes. Apologies. Like like when he talked about not receiving a contract up until like the week before his initial contract was up, they didn't want to provide him explanation as far as like how they got to his contract offer. He then, attempted to counter the offer. They never provided that counter offer to him. And also
just for him, right? Not for Scarlett.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to get to. Like, no offer for Scarlett on the table. I feel like he's standing strong, for his wife. Like, listen, like, if you're not bringing my wife back, then you don't get me back.
But he can't go to AEW.
No, I mean, he probably won't go. He probably won't go to AEW. And
he can't.
Why can't he?
Because Scarlett and Don Callis have a murky past. Let's just leave it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. That's why Ariel even asked. He was like, "Did the AEW call you?" He was like, "Nah." Nah. Like, like that call. I mean, what wasn't happening? But I thought you was about to say like you ain't getting to that conversation because it's starting to trickle down the lines of Jey Uso 2.0.
No. What do you mean in terms of? Well, I don't think he's quite on that caliber. But I don't even think he's a main event guy, to be honest. But I think he could be a badass like US champion or an intercontinental.
Yeah.
I think that's where he is, and I just think they dropped the ball with him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if anyone caught his documentary that he had put out about a week ago.
I was gonna try to watch it. It's just long. It's like 2 hours, right?
No, it's like an hour and 11
There's
minutes.
2 of them. There's 2 parts.
It's 2. Yeah. It's the WrestleMania part, and then it's the ending. Happy birthday, Joey.
What was that?
Well, happy belated.
He's celebrating going to bed.
Yeah, right.
How did I do that?
No, it was like an hour and 11 minutes, but he did discuss how Bray had this like big plan as far as like when he was creating the Wyatt Six, like he was gonna like have like these like third affiliates, like that's all connected within like the whole family, but like everybody got their like, you know, like specific, you know what I mean, stable that's going on, but they all like connect. And like I was like, damn, that probably would have been badass if they was able to keep that. It was like pre-Judgment Day before Judgment Day even existed. Like I was like, damn, let me find out. Like Judgment Day kind of took a little bit of the coattail of what they were trying to put together, but you know they got it over instead. But yeah, I don't think it's a true work, but I do think there's a great chance that he can return once all sides come to an agreement with the contract.
Yeah, I don't think it's a work at all, but maybe they might rethink and renegotiate and give him proper explanation and all that good stuff. Everything they should do professionally. This is one of your talents. Somebody who y'all let go and brought back. So clearly y'all saw value in him, even if it was just Triple H. Like y'all saw value in him to bring him back. So give that man an explanation he deserves. Like y'all, he wants to know how y'all came up with this number and what made y'all think that, like, especially if he has counteracts of, have you seen my merchandise sales? Have you seen the interactions I'm getting on social media, blah, blah, blah. So that's why they probably kept it real short with him, because they knew he would have counter.
Yeah, I think that hurts them sometimes, right? Because WWE did nothing on their own to get the merch to that point, or to get the interaction and get the fans like interaction to that point. And sometimes that hurts the wrestlers when they get it organically. You know, we saw it with Cardona before. Like they hate when the wrestlers get over on their own.
Yeah, which is the weirdest thing ever. So they're not. So don't say they're independent contractors if you don't want them to, elevate themselves to bring up their stock. Like that's what you want them to do.
Pay them.
If they bring more eyes to themselves, they bring more eyes to your product. But if your thing is no, we want to be control of how your stock is valued, then it's like, okay, then that's not an independent contractor, bro. You treat them like an employee,
right?
You know what I mean?
That's
so
basically, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, so that's another topic for another time, but it is what it is. So
look at y'all trying to wrap up.
Yes, we are. It's 2 hours in. There's nothing else to talk about.
No, it's like no, we about to wrap it up. I'm messing with you. So, all right, gentlemen, we are at the 2 hour and 1 minute mark.
Because
was a listen. It was probably the best conversation we had by far, like in the last couple of weeks.
I wasn't here last week, so don't put that on me.
No, I'm just saying, like that final piece was a great conversation, was it not? Like
it was all right. It was all right. I got carried away.
Oh man,
it was a good conversation.
Anyway,
Joey's being weird. It's all good.
This was Still Steps.
Enjoy them Eagles.
Powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Moyafe Chris Wilson. Thanks again to Frank Hargrave joining us tonight. Reminder, CZW Tournament of Death 22 going down Saturday, September 6th over in Delaware. Tickets on sale now at czwrestling.com. And we will holler at y'all next week. Till then, peace.